Hello, guys. Welcome back. So we're not going to have Norse gods for a while. Let's just say I resent being gods attempting to keep me in captivity, and I broke free, and I ran away, and I ain't going back, and I don't trust them. It feels like, of course, they would like to come back in, but I'm snarling and willing to fight for everything I'm worth. And they do this all the time. They have it good, but it's never good enough. They're very greedy. Talk about white privilege. They are the living definition. They don't want to share. They won't even share among the various Nordic families, let alone, share with anybody else. At least that's been my experience. Maybe for other people it's different. And so I finally told him, I said, I've truly had enough. You've finally gone too far. I'm done with you, and I know you'll keep trying to come in and you'll keep trying to get back into my good graces, but I said, you are white privilege. Go watch some videos, go get woke, and come back to me when you realize what you want is wrong. And they just looked at me like they didn't get it. And I said, you are like the whitest white people that have ever whited white. And I just walked away. And they don't realize what's wrong with it. I was like, you're the fucking definition of white privilege. And I know you are enjoying the fuck out of this, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. This is what happens. People get angry. People fight back. People rise up because they're tired of your bullshit. Now, that's not equating the Norse gods pushing me with anything that's going on now. That is not. But I said, that is why you're getting this reaction. That's why you're getting pushback, because what you're doing is wrong. And they're looking at me because Norse gods totally do not get this. They totally don't get how having exclusive rights for Norse gods is wrong. I said, no. I said, as far as I'm concerned, all gods are the same species, for lack of a better word. They're all the same species. I couldn't exactly tell you what a god is other than a supernatural being more evolved than humans. That's the best fucking definition I got. And I got back here. And, they systematically take all the other gods from you. They point out all the stuff they haven't done. And if you say, well, you haven't done it too, they always sidestep it. And they're mean in the way they win. They're mean in the way they win. And there's something about them once they've won and they've gotten their way, they kind of seem kind of cruel. And I said, no. Freya and I absolutely had it out. Um, I love her like a sister, but she does have this kind of cruel, nasty streak to her at times that, believe me, I've noticed. I've worked with her enough to notice where you're the hired help, and she doesn't think much of humans when I work with her. She can be good when it suits her, and then she's straight up bitch with you, and I've never met another goddess that treats me as poorly as she does at times. Seeking isn't taking your bullshit, neither is Hell or Angerboda, but they're decent to you. They don't treat you like the higher help. Every so often they will remind you who the goddess is, but they're not going to treat you like the higher help either. And I got pissed off and I fought back. And I said, you have no right to me based on blood. I said, that's bullshit. All humans are the same species. And I said, originally, humans come out of Africa, so guess who's got dibs on me? They didn't like that. So, I fought back. I had enough. I said, you don't own me. I'm not your property, okay? You don't own me because of the color of my skin or my bloodline or who my ancestors worshiped. I said, my historical God is Jesus. Jesus. And they didn't like that either. So I don't have Norse gods. And I got enraged because I'm like, you're being the living definition of what we're fighting against right now. What the hell is wrong with all of you? I don't know if it was some kind of cosmic test and I passed or I failed. I don't know, but I said, this is some bullshit right here. You're acting like these other gods are inferior to you and they don't deserve the same rights. They don't deserve the same amount of love and attention and a good home and everything else. Fuck you. So, I said, how dare you at a time when we're fighting for equality and we're fighting for everyone to get an equal shake and everyone to have equal access to education and employment and better living conditions and healthcare and all this other shit we're so desperately fighting for, and it's not going to be easy, and we know it's going to involve more than peaceful protest, and we know it's going to involve more than getting fire it up on YouTube or writing something on Twitter or something like that. We know that. We know it's going to be a long and hard fight because just as many other people on the other side would like to see us fail. And I'm hearing fireworks tonight too, so if you're hearing booms, that's what it is. And I said, I truly don't know what's wrong with you. I said, you've always been like this. And I said, when I was less secure, I found it very endearing. And there's a part of me that says, well, they're your family. They'll always fight to hold on to you. But nobody wants a family that's so fucking constrictive that you can't have any other friends or have any other family members, Like, if you had all your family members, you'd have a huge amount of people, right? Nobody wants a family that's so clannish and insular that you can't talk to anyone else or even look at them or anything else. And I said, no. I said, if the other gods have any self-respect, they'll never speak to me again. But I said, this is fundamentally wrong against everything we're fighting against. I said, when you're ready to get boots on the ground and stand with us and fight together, fine. I said, but until then, get out. It wasn't an invitation, it was an order. And, as a human, you do have ultimate authority, and the gods know it. You have ultimate authority. It's why you see tells in the Old Testament of God getting yeeted out of the temple and going and running away to the desert, and he's going to soak out there because the humans threw him out. Well, yeah. Yeah, the humans threw him out. They had enough of his shit, and they would break his statue or hide his statue. This is part of the reason he doesn't like statues. Or they would somehow, do something to the temple so that he didn't find it too pleasant to be there, and he'd run away and sulk. Because they were mean to me. Because why? Because he would come like a child. God sometimes get like the angry toddlers, like they're angry twos, and they're throwing a temper tantrum because they're not getting the way what they want. And sometimes you have to be like, knock that shit off, and they won't, right? They get even worse. So sometimes you have to throw them in timeout or eat them out of the house or the temple. So no Norse gods. I can already feel them trying to crawl back in like they learned the lesson, but they didn't. I hate having to be that rough with them. I really do, but love and compassion, they'll just take advantage of it, and you have to get really mean with them sometimes. If you're gonna serve Norse gods, you gotta be willing to ride herd on them, and sometimes the only solution to their bullshit is kicking them out for a while. So they can all go sit outside, and it made me angry, because in my experience, all gods from everywhere, they might not, every single god that has ever existed, obviously, isn't going to work with every human being ever. But enough will work with us and enough will love us from all over that why not work with them? So there goes the idea of me ever being heathen because I told Odin what he could do with his idea of heathenry and how wrong and insular and rah, 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 rah it was. So I don't know who my true god is because it's obviously not a Nordic god because none of them are that global and forward thinking, but made me mad. Don't make me mad. If you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. And seriously, guys, for real, at a time when we are fighting to move all people forward and to have all people equal, to fight police brutality and to fight all the other ills in the world, the last thing we need is to be practicing any kind of spirituality, religion, whatever that makes us feel wrong. If it makes you feel wrong, walk away from it. And I knew this was making me feel wrong. I knew it was wrong to just have Norse gods, but I always buckle and I always give them their way. And I'm like, no, not this time. And it makes me mad because they always seem to get back in, and I always end up running in circles on this channel. But I was like, no, I'm tired of it. At least for now, I'm gonna have some freedom for a while, until I get sorry for them, or the other gods usually will speak up for them because we go in this pattern, right? The other gods help me gain my freedom, and within a couple hours, they're like, oh, and they feel so bad for them. I don't know. You guys can feel free to share your thoughts below. And again, that's not equating having to throw them off with anything that's going on or anything that's historically gone on in this country, just so we're clear. But they can be very overpowering, and Odin can be an absolute warlord and not want to share. So I will see you guys later. Bye bye.